Hi, my name is Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very long video, a complete plant collection tour 2023. I kind of thought at first that I would break this up into different pieces, like do a couple plants this week, a couple plants next week, and then I thought, you know what? Let's just go for broke, do the whole thing. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so full disclosure, I've already filmed this once, but I was trying to use like a wired lapel microphone and I didn't like the audio quality. There was wicked humming. So we're doing this for the second time and let's hope this one goes better and you can actually hear what I'm saying. So first of all, we'll start back here. This is my gold dust croton and oh yeah, okay, so before we get started, two things. Please ignore all the dog hair. This set of shelves is directly under the staircase, like you can see. No, maybe not. It's directly under the staircase. So every time you walk down, you're dropping dirt and dog hair all over everything, despite how often I sweep and vacuum the stairs. Second thing, if I have pictures of these plants when I first got them, I will insert them probably here. Third thing, please excuse my voice. I do have a bit of a cold. That's why I didn't film last week, is because I couldn't stop coughing and my throat was all sore and I was all stuffed up. Still a little bit sore, still a little bit sick, but we're going to try and work through it. Okay, with all that out of the way, this is my gold dust croton. And I'll be honest, as far as croton go, hello, right there. She's actually been really easygoing, like no big drama, no problems. I love the paint spatter look on her, and she's been just a really good plant. No complaints, drama-free, beautiful, great grower. This is my Alocasia cuprea red secret, and as you can see, this leaf is still hardening off. It's still very red and shiny and soft. Beautiful, gorgeous leaf, like the size of my hand. Love that leaf. This is the newest leaf, and as you can see, it sized down a bit. So obviously it wasn't happy with something happening in here. It might be because we're switching from summer to fall, and now it's getting a lot drier in here. I might have to put the dehumidifier on, or the humidifier on. Sorry. But either way, this one's doing very well. I love the leaves on this one. Gorgeous, stunning. Back here, I have a jade plant. My mom's mom, my Nana, I remember her for a lot of things. But as far as plants go, I remember her for jade plants, Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas cactus, and African violets. So it means a lot to me to have plants in my collection that remind me of her. That jade plant is actually a cutting from my mom's plant that I believe she got from her mom. So that's really nice to have. Back here, let's see if it'll focus. I do have an Aglaonema Melanie Joe, and it should be one of my favorite plants. Just knowing how much I like variegated leaves, like it should be one of my favorite plants. For some reason, I find myself very meh about that one. So if it got spider mites or thrips, I would probably just be like, you've had a good run. But we'll see. So far, it's been doing very well. No drama. I just don't know why I'm kind of ambivalent towards it. This is my neon pothos, and this is probably the happiest plant in my whole collection. I'll show you a picture of when I first got it, and then now. And as you can see, she is going on an adventure. Usually with a vining plant like this, I would try and cut off the bottoms and repropagate it back into the pot to make it like bushier at the top. But she's actually doing a really good job of putting out new growth at the top anyway. As you can see, there's a bunch of new leaves coming in, and there's another one back here, and I haven't done anything to instigate that. And she's going on such an adventure that I'm kind of like, you know what? I will watch you on your journey. I'm quite content to just let you do your thing. Over here is my Hoya linearis, and I mean, as I've talked about in other videos, it's doing fantastic. Like this thing, I'm 5'7". So I would imagine this thing is probably 4.5, 5 feet tall. As you can see from the picture over here, it was very tiny when I got it. So she's doing wonderful things. We have my Hoya carnosa compacta variegated. It does have quite a bit of new growth coming in, like everywhere that it's like that whitey color is all new growth. Over here, new. Other than that, it's not really super fast growing. It's doing okay. I'm not really confident with my abilities with this one or how happy it is in my care, but I'm happy to have it. Right here is my Alocasia Black Velvet, and it was doing amazing. Like, it was doing beautiful. Like, all the leaves are coming out so dark and beautiful. And then all of a sudden I moved it, and it's telling me in no uncertain terms that it does not appreciate being moved, and it hates life now, and it wants to be moved back to where I had it the first time. So I think I'm going to do that, because right now it is not happy with me. Put it down. Okay, back here is my rattlesnake plant. My, what's the official term? No, didn't write it down. So this one started out really small, and it got very, very, very big and luscious, and then thrips happened. And at first when I started battling thrips, I was trying to do it like kind of more natural. So I was using neem oil, insecticidal soap, and I lost a lot of plants, not gonna lie. It was not a good time. So now I'm using Dr. Doom's Go Green Botanics spray. Now I'm using this stuff, which is wonderful, and now I feel confident that I will no longer lose plants to thrips. So if you're trying it the natural way and you're losing plants, maybe switch to the hard stuff, because it doesn't always work, I find. So Desmond is making a comeback slowly. At first, when I first had him, there was no brown spots whatsoever. This guy was beautiful, so I'm hoping we can get back to that good place. This is my Anthurium clarinervium, and again, just really nice, beautiful leaves. Nice dark. I love the veining. They're big, nice big leaves. I hope that we can have a nice journey together, me and Eleanor. Back here, I have my goldfish plant. So it's called that obviously because these beautiful little flowers look like goldfish, and it's doing very well. I almost killed it, forgot about it for a while. It was on the bottom shelf, and then I'm starting to pay more attention to it, and I think I might have to chop and prop to get it back into not being such a weird shape. But for now, I'm gonna let it bounce back, and then before I shock it too much again. Okay, so we will go down to the next shelf. So next shelf down on the left, I've got my philodendron burl marks. Great, it's doing wonderful. There's like one leaf, it's like reverting, but they revert anyway. They're very unstable variegation, so it's gonna do what it's gonna do. I'm not really that concerned. Then I've got a couple crotons, and they're actually doing very well. Like this one is like the leaves are turning huge. Oh, you can't see, hang on. The leaves are getting so big on this one. And I'll be honest, for crotons, I've heard that they can be really dramatic and temperamental, and if you look at them, they drop leaves. If you don't look at them, they drop leaves. Mine have actually been not too bad. Obviously, my Croton nervia is dropping leaves at the bottom as a new one comes in. But I've watched, like my sister went to Indonesia for her honeymoon, and I saw crotons in real life, and I'm like, they kind of look like this. So, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I've got a snake plant back here. It's doing, you know, snake plant things. And then, okay, so this is my, when I bought it, it was still called a Calathea burl marks. Now it's called a Tenanthe burl marks. It's been renamed. And when I got it, it was so small, and she was loving life. Huge, beautiful, not a brown spot to be found, always with a little rolled up cigar, new leaves coming in, just beautiful, happy as can be. And then I got thrips, and she was one of the ones that I almost lost because I had to cut back completely. because I just wasn't using things that were effective enough. The neem oil was not cutting it. The insecticidal soap, not cutting it. So now I think I've gotten a handle on this, and I'm hoping that we can get back to our glory days when we were young and in love. Okay, so I think if I remember correctly the first time, I have to move these out of the way because they were interfering with the focus. So again, I've mentioned these before, but my Pilea Moon Valley Pileas are over on this side, and I love them so much. The leaves are just such a cool texture and shape that, there we go. I just love them so much, like wicked, wicked, wicked. Then I have another jade plant cutting. Of course, I've got a lot of these. I really should get my distiller out and use distilled water because they all have these white spots from like using tap water. It's not going to hurt the plant. It just looks kind of unsightly. It will wipe off, but I probably should get my distiller out since I have one. I mean, will I do it in the next month? Probably not, but will I do it eventually? Let's hope. Oh, one thing I didn't get from the top shelf that I missed is this little guy. So again, I was talking about my Nana with her cactuses. This is a cutting that my mom has. Oh, I always get them mixed up. Is this Easter or Christmas? I'm really sorry if you can hear a dog coughing in the background. I have 2 senior dogs, and the one is 16. She's a golden retriever, and she had lung damage back in 2017. She had pneumonia really bad, and so she has permanent lung scarring, so she coughs all the time, and it doesn't hurt her, but it doesn't sound great. So anyway, so here is a cutting from like 100-year-old cactus. I think it's Easter. I always get them mixed up. Thanksgiving, I can tell right away, of course, because they're spiky. These two I always get mixed up. I think I really should write it down. Okay, anyway, that's my cactus. I'm trying to grow that because I think that'd be cool to have a piece of like a 100-year-old cactus. These are my string ofs. As you can see, I have a couple string of pearls. I almost killed my string of bananas, and then I'm trying to bring it back because it was on the bottom shelf and I kind of forgot about it. I always forget about things when they're on the very bottom. So I'm trying to get that one back, and then I have a variegated string of pearls. And then back here I have my string of turtles. And of course she's doing wonderful. She's loving life. She's doing great. I don't really want to move her too much because she doesn't like being moved, and it's very hard to find somewhere safe to grab her. Let's see. But she's not focusing, so I'm going to have to grab her. Okay. Let me go around the other side. I think she's getting stringy because she's in the corner and not like completely in, like, as you can see, like the middle has more light than that corner. So I think I need to put her in the middle so that she can get back to being really compact and not so leggy. Thank you, Penelope. Okay, and then down one more. Down here, I have my philodendron silver sword. I love these. I have a love-hate relationship with these because they're so beautiful, but at the same time, the new leaves get stuck so much when they're coming out. I had the same problem with my pink princess philodendron. For some reason, the leaves just don't want to come out, and I'm kind of over the drama. So, I mean, they look all right once they finally come out. Like, some of them get like this weird, like, you know, damage, but most of them come out fine once they get unstuck. I'm just kind of over it. I probably could up the humidity in here and solve that, but even when in the summer it gets to like 80% humidity down here in this basement, and I still don't find that it helps, so kind of over it. This is again another jade cutting. My mom chopped and propped her big tree, so I got a lot of babies, and I'm trying to like make this one into like a great big bushy tree. I'm trying to like really propagate it in a way that and continue chopping so that I get the nice big trunk with like the big branching trunks and stuff. So that's kind of an experiment. We'll see in a couple years if I can accomplish that. Okay, so this is my Thanksgiving cactus, and as you can see by the picture right here, I almost killed this. When I first moved out of my house, I left it with my dad, and he kind of forgot about it for a bit. So it almost died. Me and my mom got one of these at the same time, and to see hers, I'm like, oh, mine could look like that if I hadn't have almost killed it. So it was basically like 3 broken leaves, and I've gotten it back to this. So I'm hopeful that I can like actually restore it to its former glory. It is still putting out like all these new growths. I kind of love how they, oh, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I love how they show up with these little things. Yeah, there you go. And then, you know, turn into this. Anyway, it has bloomed for me since it started regrowing, so I'm confident that it'll come back. My African violet, that's another one, I can't remember if I mentioned earlier, that's another one that makes me think of my Nana, so I like having those. This is a sedum. It was just labeled succulent at the store, so I have no idea what kind it is. I think the closest I can find is a sedum Adolphi. It may or may not be that, so don't take my word for it. I've chopped and propped that a couple times just to try and get it like bushier. Another Moon Valley Pilia. Again, very weird texture on these, love them. Okay, and on this bottom shelf, I don't really have much. I've got a couple more sedum starts. I have a spider plant that is doing its thing. It's going to put out new babies. Another sedum start from when I repotted the one up there. And then my Red Rex begonia. I actually really like this one. It's got beautiful coloring. I kind of got it just because when I first started collecting, I had a lot of green plants and I wanted something a little bit different. I love the silvery sheen to it. It's good. I like it. It's fine. Not my favorite plant, but still beautiful. And over here on the other side, I just have a crispy bird's nest fern, which is doing fine. She's happy. And then I have a lemon lime maranta. So I almost killed my prayer plant. Thrips again when they came through. This was a big, beautiful plant when I first got it. And it was like stunning and large and gorgeous. And then the thrips nearly killed it, so I cut it right back. And since then, it's obviously been coming back. As you can see, we've got another little cigar here and another little cigar here. So it will come back. I'm very confident that we will be together for a while, a long time. I like these. Okay. So that's these shelves. Okay, so over here I have a lot of my vining plants, and they're doing quite well. This is my satin pothos, and I really do love the silver variegation on these. Like, those leaves are just stunning. The silver splashes. Let's see if I can get one up close. Of course, now it's all tangling in each other. Yes, I just love the sheen and the silver. Beautiful. It's doing very well. Behind it, good heavens. Behind it, I've got my Marble Queen, and she was, when I first got her, she was like half variegated and half just green. And it's the same plant. So I think what I might do is I might actually separate it out so that there's 2 plants, but I kind of like having the green and the variegated in the same one. So I might leave it. I'm not sure. Then over here we have my philodendron micans, and it's, guys, I love this plant. Like, that beautiful velvety dark leaf is just stunning. I love it. And it's doing very well. As you can see, new growth, new growth, new growth. Like, it's loving life. There's new growth. Everywhere I look, there's new growth. So it's doing very well. I did have it a little bit more in the light. And as you can see, I think it's getting a little bit sun stressed and not getting so dark and luxurious. So I moved it over to the side to hopefully get it a little bit further away from the light so that I can get back to this beautiful, dark, luscious leaves. In the middle is my Cebu Blue pothos. And I'll be honest, she doesn't like it here. I don't think she's ever liked it here. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what to do to make her happy. She is just so leggy. As you can see, it's just leggy, 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 leggy. And she's obviously growing in the same conditions as all the other viners, and they're doing wonderful, and she hates me. So I think what I might do is I might try and do a big chop and prop and just start over, chop it all back, take cuttings, root them in water, and then plant them all back and see if I can start fresh with this girl, because she doesn't like me very much. I don't know what to say. I love you. Why don't you love me back? Okay, we're gonna... Bye, Lucy. Okay, so this is my kitchen, and this is the corner of shame. As you can see, there's a common theme. This is a philodendron micans that I almost lost to thrips. It did come through my collection, and because I was using natural remedies, I wasn't able to stay ahead of it, and I lost a lot of plants, and I almost lost a lot of plants. But it's coming along, and so I put this Alocasia Silver Dragon beside it when I first got it, because I don't like to integrate my plants with other plants until I know that they're pest free. And then like a week or two later, mealies showed up. I don't know if you can see, but like right there, look at the size of that thing. So I'm treating it with rubbing alcohol, and I don't know. I mean, I had mealies one time on a Hoya carnosa compacta, and I treated it one time with rubbing alcohol, and I never saw another mealy in my life. And this thing I've been treating for a week or two, and I keep finding them, and like, look at the size of that one. Like, you can see it with the naked eye. Anyway, so I'm hopeful that we can learn to love each other again, because right now I'm getting really frustrated with this Alocasia Silver Dragon. And at the same time, I don't really want to move the micans out of there because it's been so close for so long that now I'm like, I don't really want to move it and then find out it has mealies and infect something else. So they're in this together. They are ride or die now. So that's my corner of shame. Okay, and over here, beside the fridge and kind of close to like my desk, is some of my favorite plants. And so I've got a couple angel wing begonias. I love these so much. I love the shape of the leaf. I love the size of the leaf. I love that red backing on them. Beautiful. Favorite. 10 out of 10. A+. This is my philodendron white wizard. Right? Yes. And, as you can see, he's not really putting out great variegation, just like one little spot. I'm not really fussed on him, but we're doing it. Alocasia Fryedeck variegated. These were looking amazing, and all of a sudden I'm getting brown tips on everything, so I think a lot of things are struggling to acclimate to the less humid winter months. Either that or I have a large-scale mutiny on my hands. One of the two. This is my Calathea White Star. It was infested with spider mites, so I cut it back and thought, no, we'll try again. So I've got one leaf so far. It's got these like weird translucent sections on it, which I'm kind of like, but why? Anyway, we'll see what happens with her. I've killed a couple of these. If this one dies, I think I'm kind of just done with Calathea White Star. Obviously, I don't have the right conditions for them. They don't love me enough. It'll be fine. I love you. You don't love me. It's going to be okay. I think I have to give up on them. And then over here is my Monstera deliciosa. And she is, like, as you can see, like this leaf. Ooh, where are we? I can't see. The light's in the way. Okay. we'll have to maybe move. Okay, so over here is my Monstera deliciosa, my regular one. And as you can see, like these leaves are just like this one's the size of my head. I love it. And I'll be honest, it looks like this one is going to be the size of my head as well. This new one is going to be massive and super fenestrated, and I'm very excited to see what this one looks like. Okay, you can go back to doing what you're doing. Okay, so that's this corner. Okay, and over here, right beside my desk is, I would say, some of my very favorite plants. So I have this little variegated heartleaf philodendron, and it's beautiful. Oh, wait, where are we? I call this one Howard. I got him to celebrate winning an important battle in my life, and this was a celebration, and I can't wait to see this one flourish and grow big and old together. Another Alocasia frydek variegated. Again, this one's doing a lot better, but still struggling a bit. My Hoya lacunosa silver, got this from Plant Haven, Toronto, not too long ago, right before, probably my second last order before winter hit. And I love it. It's great. I can't wait to see what happens to this one. And then my Thai constellation and my elbow, of course. Stunning. Living their best life. Love it. I love being here, working on the computer, and just seeing this right beside me. Okay, next. Okay, we are just going to quickly gloss over these guys. This is like my only full-size window in the entire apartment, so they got window treatment. And that's my Hoya cordosa compacta non-variegated. And then I do have an alocasia back there, just random grocery store alocasia that was labeled tropical. I don't know which one it is. Could be the pink dragon, could be a poly. I have no idea. It was labeled as 6-inch tropical. Okay, so everything we've seen so far was all in the main living area of my apartment, and now we're entering into the second bedroom and what I like to call quarantine. So this is the Calathea mosaica that I hauled not too long ago, and it's actually doing wonderful. I mean, look at all the new leaves that are coming out. So many new leaves. Crazy. I'm so excited to see how this one grows. Because right now it looks like it's doing very well and living its best life. So, okay. And then over here we have my Syndapsis trubii dark form. And again, I love the dark leaves on this. So gorgeous. So beautiful. That shimmer, that sheen. Love it. It's doing very well. I'm happy with it. I can't wait to see it come out of quarantine soon because I think it's doing great and there's no pests. My Hoya that I got at the same time, I think they all got cold damage because it was very cold that week in October, and that's always kind of the risk you take when buying plants online in October in Ontario. So they all just like turned to mush and died. All of the leaves are dying. There's a couple stalks in here that are doing okay. This one is obviously dying. There's a couple things like right near the middle that I think I'll be able to save. So I need to hopefully do some work on this. Is this in focus? Focus. So it's really not doing well. Like it's just, I think it got cold damaged because it's just melting basically. And I think that was the cold that did that. So I have a bit of work to do on that one. I continue with my not being able to keep Hoya alive. Okay, and here we have my Syndapsis trubii moonlight. And again, doing very well. It doesn't seem to be showing any signs of pests. Putting out new leaves. Very happy. The other one of these, the Hoya, is just dying a slow death. Again, I think it was too cold when I first got it. All the leaves are wrinkled and dying and turning yellow and melting off, and I don't know why. All I can think is the cold. So I've got to try and work on that. Again, the reason why I think cold is because this is my ficus that I got at the same time. And as you can see, the leaves that came in at the same time when it was in transit, all three of them are small, deformed, and misshapen. And the three that came in after that are beautiful and vibrant and perfect. So I think that it was just way too cold in the box, and so they ended up getting deformed and misshapen, and now the plant's trying to bounce back. So let's hope. Same with my Crimson Queen. The one thing, yeah, there we go. The one petiole, stip, whatever. Oh no, that's a mealy. Oh no. I better check these for mealies. I was going to say she was doing great other than that one stalk, but then I just found a mealy. No. Okay, so we're going to have to put her into, you're in the penalty box. Let's go. Okay, so this is why you quarantine your new plants before you stick them in the rest of your plant population. I'll have to most of these came in the same Plantsum box, so I'll have to go through and make sure nobody else has mealies or anything else. My philodendron mammae, again, I think cold damage, because this leaf just got chewed right to heck. And as you can see, it all the wrinkling. Oh, can you see? Where is it? This one. All of the wrinkling on that stem is just ridiculous. Ooh, can we focus? So I'm hoping that once it starts putting out new leaves, that they'll be better. This one is looking like it's having a struggle too. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. So this is my one quarantine station. Okay. Over here, I have plants that I can probably take out of quarantine now. I just haven't gotten around to finding them new homes in my collection yet. So I have a philodendron white princess. And as you can see, she doesn't really have a ton of variegation either. But I kind of like that you've got the speckles and the splashes. So we'll see. We'll see how she goes. My philodendron splendid, I really need to put it on a moss pole. It really wasn't happy with me when it first came home. As you can see, is it going to focus? That's the question. The first leaf it put out when it came home was not great. And then the second one was a little bit better. And as you can see, this one is going to be a stunner. Ooh, wait. It's way too big. So this one is going to be a stunner. And I think the next one coming in is going to be just as pretty. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. And then I've got my Ficus Burgundy. And I'm very happy with this one. It came it was one of those baby plants from Plantsum where if you put a bunch of plants in your cart, then they then ask you when you go to check out, they're like, would you like a baby plant? And the answer is always, yes, I would. So I really like how they come out so burgundy to start and then switch to this really dark, beautiful leaf. Very happy with that one. It seems to be doing okay in here. And we only have one place left for plants. Let's go find them. Okay, so this is the last place that I have plants. And these guys I got a long time ago and they've done literally nothing. So I'm kind of feeling disrespected and I thought, you know what, let's try it in the bathroom. Another jade plant, and again, a philodendron Brazil. Same story, nearly died to thrips. Trying to save it. It's coming back. There's lots of new growth. I think we'll make a full recovery. And congrats, we've made it to the end. I'm not gonna lie, I started importing footage just to see how everything was and like how the sound was. And I don't think my autofocus was working for most of the video. So the perfectionist in me really wants to re-film again. And you know what? I'm gonna let it ride because honestly at this point, not too many people are gonna watch this. It's really just for my own benefit at this point. So I'm gonna let it ride. Same with, I noticed I had 2 pieces of dog hair on my shirt and a bunch of other pieces of dog hair, and I'm like, Mandy, Mandy, Mandy. But you know what? I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna upload it. I don't think anyone's gonna make it to the end. If you've made it to the end of this video, leave an emoji or something or comment, I made it, or whatever, because you're amazing and I love you to death. And you know what? On that note, I'm going to say goodbye and I'll see you next time. Bye.